Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Fallout 76 video on the channel. I want to do a nice quick short news update video for you guys because the PTS servers came back online last night and it got added in a few exciting little bits and bobs and a couple of changes to the new legendary crafting system. Now, if you want to find out all of the changes that is meant to be coming in with this PTS update, check out my previous video on the channel where I go through all of the major changes coming for the next update set to be released in September this year. Now, without further ado, if you enjoy and want to see more videos like this one, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe, and let's check out these new additions to the PTS. Alright, first one is going to be a new feature called Vendor History. This is kind of a possible insight to what could be coming down the line as a new kind of trading system and hopefully a start to seeing some trading improvements. For many years we have been wanting to see big improvements to the trading system as there's a lot of issues, people getting scammed and stuff like that, but this one is actually pretty cool. Now when you're at your camp, if someone comes and buys an item from your vendor, you can then go up to your vendor and view your history. So you can view everything that someone's bought. You know how hard it is to keep track of things that have actually sold, but this way you can actually see what they've sold for, so you know what relist items at, or maybe try and push it to get a little bit more out of them, completely up to yourself. But this is a really helpful tool to actually keep track of what's getting sold. The only issue with this is it will only keep track for that play session. So if you're playing for 4 hours, it'll keep the data for them 4 hours, and then when you log off and log back on, it'll completely reset. Now I can understand why they're doing this. If you kind of wanted to keep all of the information down, it would take up a lot of data and stuff and probably fill the background of the game with a load of information, which ideally probably isn't best to just keep forever. It would be pretty helpful, but I understand given the fact how many issues we've had over the years with server issues. There's also a new playtest server item locker that's been added. If you go straight to Vault 76, right outside, you will find this new Vault Tech locker. This is going to be a new item that's going to be getting used for Bethesda to throw items in there so we can test them out. So let's say if they add in a new grenade or something, or a new chem or something like that, you can then go up to this, you can take it out and test it for yourselves rather than trying to unlock it in game from whichever event or quest actually rewarding it. Now the fun thing about this is when I actually went to interact with it, I don't know if someone just filled this full of junk or if this is just general the stuff that spawns in there, but as you will see there is a whole bunch of stuff including hundreds and hundreds of Nuka-Colas. But a really funny one which I found was this red hat, which clearly the textures hadn't loaded in properly for. I took it out of there and I tried to assign it to my character and it just kind of disappeared out of my inventory and made my character have a bowl cut. So yeah, it's quite a funny one, not gonna lie. Now for the legendary crafting system, there are a whole bunch of patch notes that come in. I'll quickly read through them and then mention the main one at the end, but basically here they are. So they fixed some of the descriptions having incorrect or duplicated information. Some items were also showing as add legendary mods when they couldn't actually have legendary mods. That has been fixed. They fixed legendary crafted power armor remaining tradable, which should not be the case if you don't know by now. Basically anything that you craft through the new legendary crafting system, you will not be allowed to actually trade it because it becomes character bound. There's also a fix based around legendary strength not being scrappable. So as you may know, when you use the new legendary system, you scrap legendary items for a chance to unlock that mod, which you can then apply to another weapon or piece of armor. They also fixed the tire iron and walking cane, which was not being able to actually be legendary crafted. They fixed a case where some items would not be able to have a legendary mod crafted onto them when they should allow it. They added the lightweight 3-star legendary mod for weapons. There is a little note on this one saying weightless 1-star mod can no longer be used to make lightweight weapons. Special 2-star armor mods now give +2, and special 3-star armor mods now give +3, which is pretty cool when you think of it. They also fixed an issue which was stopping us from being able to scrap the Fixer and also Vault 94 armor sets. They also fixed the chance to learn legendary mods, which was originally lower than what was intended. If you watched my video the other day, I only actually got one from craft about 10 pieces of armor, so ideal, pretty helpful stuff given the fact the increased rates is going to be a big help. They also adjusted the chance to actually get loose legendary mods as well. If you don't know, basically when you're scrapping legendaries, you will have the chance to actually gain a loose legendary mod, which you can then apply one time to a weapon or armor, and then you will also have the chance to actually learn the mod, so like as if you were reading a plan. Fun note as well, you can actually get multiple loose mods from scrapping a single item, which will definitely be quite helpful. They've also lowered the weight of legendary particles, so we should be able to carry a lot more now. You can also store these in your scrap box. And finally, the big one, which I did go and test out and show, is the big reduction to legendary mods. Basically what I mean by this was, when I was crafting them the other day in the PTS, it was using, for a 1-star, 10 modules, 2-star was 20, and a 3-star was 30. This has now been halved down to 5, 10, and 15. There's a few other little changes which are quite brief, and there was one that was linking to perks, which just says adjusted the stat scaling of vaccinated, iron stomach, thirst quencher, and natural resistance. That, though, ladies and gentlemen, is all of the updated news for the PTS and what has just changed in the new update that came out last night for the PTS. So yeah, definitely stay tuned for any more information coming out over the next couple of weeks, because no doubt there'll be a lot of changes coming to the PTS following everyone's reviews and feedback that they're given back to Bethesda. But now, though, that's it for today's video. I will have another video coming out tonight showing you Minerva's movements, so stay tuned for that one. And for now, I'll leave this video here. So if you've enjoyed, hit that like button, make sure to subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye bye.